LonelyMans, we're back. The most inconsistent podcast of all time.
Nah, inconsistent. We just had a hiatus, man.
It's definitely not the most inconsistent. 99% of podcasts have 2 episodes and no one ever does them again. So
True, we're consistently inconsistent.
yeah,
we just had a little hiatus, and now
Just like a 3 or 4 week hiatus.
yeah.
Well, we brought in the new year in Austin, Texas. We were out of the state. A lot of shit went down, bro.
Actually,
Yeah, we've been struggling with a lot of things. Some we'll talk about, some we won't.
Yeah, bro.
Since
I
it's
had
the
a
beginning of the
dream.
podcast, let me just put this out there that I started a Patreon last night,
nice.
and patreon.com/LonelyMans.
I'm gonna talk heavy on the Patreon.
Yeah, if you want the real, raw, uncut Paul ciphers, subscribe to the Patreon.
Oh, are we recording separate stuff for the Patreon? Because I'll drop some knowledge on the Patreon. Dog.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
we'll
much
do-
only gonna talk on the Patreon because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Well, if we want, we could do another one after this. We could do a second hour and get real spicy, or we could do it sometime this week.
I'm down for whatever you guys decide.
I'm down for the spicy Patreon later on. Or
Hell
not.
yeah.
Whatever, dude. You know what? I'll be spicy right now. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, talk about it.
No, man. I did have a dream, though, that we moved to Austin, Texas. And when we did, we took a loudspeaker, like one of those little, just a microphone and a speaker.
Yeah.
We did the the Reddit thing, the roast it, but we just roasted people. Like people want to be roasted in person. So anyone at Zucker Park, we just roasted them. And that's all we did for like on a whole day. We just hung out at the park and we just put the R Reddit sign up that
Yeah.
said like stand on this platform and we'll roast you. And then people just wanted to be roasted and they'd come up there and then we would just talk shit and roast them.
That's funny.
I feel like we could actually do that.
No,
Yeah.
bro, that's all I've been thinking about. I was like, the first thing I'm doing in Austin is going to Zucker Park on a Saturday and just roasting the shit out of people. That would be fucking hilarious.
Dude, you should set it up where the people paddleboard by, so when they fall, you can roast them.
I mean, honest possibilities are endless. But I thought about it. People love being roasted. People love other people talking about them.
I love being
yeah,
roasted.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm just like, I think it'd be fucking hilarious. All we do when we went there, we went to the park, looked at people, and talked shit. And I thought to myself, what if we just had a microphone? People want shit talked about them. People want people to talk about them. So get that our Reddit sign up, have people stand on the platform, and we just roast them.
I like talking shit.
Yeah, talk some shit. I'm a big fan of shit talking lately.
You know what I like doing is you find someone in public who's like one of the most taboo type, like something about their situation is very taboo to talk shit about them. And if I'm with like Jesse or you, I always will be like, well, I'm definitely going to try to say something funny about like whether they're just like a super homeless person, just like something where like you really shouldn't be making fun of them, just morally it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And I'll just be like, well, I got to crack one on this because that's just like, it's the bigger risk. It's the bigger jump.
Is it bigger though? I feel like that's easy to do. Like, if
Yeah,
you try
maybe
to
you're right,
roast this
but-
person, that's one thing. But like roasting like a super hot girl, where most people would be like scared to talk to them, and you're just like, yeah, but your voice makes me want to like Fran Drescher you or some shit. I don't know. I just think that's a lot bigger of a risk and a lot funnier because people don't care about homeless people, and people probably make fun of them all the time. But how many hot girls get roasted?
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit different.
That's true. I just like, I guess, feeling superior to people. So maybe that's a me thing, I guess.
If you start feeling superior towards higher people, that makes you feel even more superior.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we should just like put up a
A
green
lot of hot
screen
girls in
background.
Austin, so
We should put up a green screen background because then we can edit it and like put like images behind them and shit too.
I have a green screen somewhere.
Yeah.
It's in
Yeah,
a
have you
box.
opened that yet?
No, I haven't even opened it because I didn't get it because I haven't gotten a camera yet, and I wanted to get a camera.
Yeah, so please subscribe to patreon.com/lonelyman so we can buy a camera and upgrade the podcast.
Yeah, upgrade it. I mean, honestly, I was like, if it wasn't so cold in fucking Worcester, we could do that here.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cold out here.
it's cold today.
The sun is shining. That's the fucked up part. Is it looks like it's warm, but it's not.
No, I just went outside. It's like 25 degrees. I think my eczema just like exploded all over my face as soon as the wind touched me.
I almost door dashed a coffee
That's a
from.
very Jesse move, exploding all over your face as soon as someone touches you.
Yeah.
Very
as soon as
on
I'm touched, I
brand.
explode.
Ow! Ow!
I almost door dashed a coffee from Dunkin' Donuts because it was so cold outside. I didn't want to go to my car. I thought about it.
How did you get the coffee?
I just got into my car and drove down there and got it. But I was just thinking, I
And
didn't want to
you
get out of
saved
bed.
like $15 by doing that.
I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, I wonder if I'll just DoorDash 2 large coffees and I'll drink one later.
Dang. I don't even use DoorDash. I should probably start. What's the other?
Nah, it's whack. You pay so much money.
No,
I'm just
yeah,
lazy.
just get out of the house. Go do something.
I feel weird going to pick up food. Is that like a?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's sometimes I use the Coronis as an excuse because, like, I don't know, it's easier to just sit in your room and have people deliver a burrito to you. Sometimes sometimes I do like a burrito and a bowl, and I put the bowl in my fridge and eat it the next day. Shit.
I like
Just-
getting out of the house. Like, I don't mind just walking into a place with a mask on. They have masks on. I have a mask on. There's like plexiglass in between us. I grab my food and go.
Yeah, that's true. As long as you're not hanging anywhere, I think that's like a big thing about it. It's just because I haven't gotten it, and I go in and out of apartments a lot of times, but I'm only in there for like 2 minutes and out. So it's like,
Yeah.
I honestly, yeah, I think that I have an excuse to go outside because I'm like, there's very few reasons I have to go outside now. If it's not for food, like, why am I leaving the house?
Yeah.
There's like no other reasons to leave the house. I don't.
Dude, living in a warm place during COVID is definitely the move because at least you can sit in your fucking backyard and just chill.
And you can go do outdoor shit, which I think is very important.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just going to hang out at a park or going to play some ball or being able to fucking paddleboard or go do some shit, man. I think that's the thing that like the coronavirus thing that people aren't realizing is like being locked up inside is really fucked with some people. Like people are like dying and shit. Like they say studies show that loneliness is like more deadly than the disease itself. Like the loneliness after, like in terms of just the numbers, you look at suicide rates going up, you look at like a pandemic, like opioid abuse and stuff like that going up, like everything. Because what else the fuck are you doing? It's like it's a weird mental space that you get in when you feel like there's no reason to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the LonelyMans boys went down to Austin, Tejas for a week.
Man,
Hell yeah, we did. And
real fucking tacos.
some people did not approve. One person sent Jesse a message, did not approve.
Someone was talking some shit.
Somebody was,
Yeah. Someone's girlfriend who is known to be a hater.
Yeah.
A possible fan of the show. Thank you. Subscribe to patreon.com/LonelyMans.
If you're haters, we support haters. We need more of haters. We're trying to get more. Here.
But she said we're idiots.
Yeah. She's not wrong. So I don't know. If that's all she said, then she is correct. I am an idiot. Objectively, I am an idiot. So
we are idiots. I don't think going to Austin is the reason.
Yeah. Well, here's the part. The crazy part is on the trip to Austin, we associated with more people in our one trip to Walmart than we did on the whole trip there and back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we do that was any different in terms of like that would have gave us more exposure that we don't do here on a regular basis?
There's probably just one night of all the nights. I think we played it like ridiculously safe every single night except for one, which is like, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's also like that's pretty good if you spend a week in a fucking different state, city. You know what I mean? There was probably one night where we went inside a couple places and hung out with like, you know what I mean? Literally one. So
that part I get about being in a city, but also that city had different laws that allowed for that one. But more importantly, the actual part of getting from here to Austin, like that part, it's like if we would have took a flight to Austin, would it have been different?
It probably would have been even more unsafe. I think most people would say.
If we were in an airport or in a plane with a bunch of people in that confined space for that amount of time, like.
Apparently, I mean, this could be wrong, but I read that like because planes, they circulate or vent whatever they do with the air, it's not quite as bad as you'd think. But
yeah.
I think people just concerned because like Texas in general has like tons of cases, so we were just like driving to one of the, you know what I mean? But I don't give a fuck.
Tons of cases. Like what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all the cases. I don't know. I flew twice during this. I went to Alaska over the summer last summer, and then I went to Colorado. Flying was fine. Honestly, everyone wears masks. They fucking sanitize everything like fucking crazy. If any one person coughs, like they just throw them off the fucking plane. Doesn't matter if it's mid-flight. Like if you cough on a flight now, like they just find you and they just fucking, we're stopping this whole motherfucker. They just let your ass out.
They just turn it around.
Bro, they give you a fucking parachute and cross your fingers. Like good luck. They don't care. Like you can't. I thought about coughing one time and then I saw one guy and they just fucking put him in a little box. Like 7 guys just beat him up. I don't know why they beat him up, but they zipped him up and he just did the rest of the trip in a little fucking coughing case. So
Well,
yeah,
Austin was nice because people are just living their lives down there. It is a very like liberal, progressive city, and they do believe that coronavirus is real. So a lot of people were masked up everywhere we went.
And it's the restaurants are still doing like nearly the same thing that they're doing here. I mean, I'm sure that's probably more capacity or something, but
Yeah.
they're still doing a lot of the things we're doing here, but they're
Yeah,
definitely
you have to
not,
wear the mask into the restaurant until you're seated, and then you can take it off because coronavirus doesn't spread when you're sitting down in a
Yeah.
building.
well, and I mean, I think the biggest difference is here that in mass coronavirus only comes out at 9:30. You know, that's why we
Oh,
have the
true.
curfew. Yeah, so at
Yeah.
9:30 p.m. As long as you're inside before then, it won't get you. But it's fucking like Jeepers Creepers. It only comes out like Michael Myers at night to get you.
Yeah,
But
hanging
that's
at a place after 9:30 was such a treat.
Yeah, right? I'm like, what the fucking? I'm like, what's the difference between sitting at a restaurant at 9:30 versus 10:30? Like,
Yeah.
what is the difference? But
Did-
apparently, it's a big difference.
Hell, we were out until 2 a.m. sometimes.
Yeah.
I forgot that even a curfew existed here because if I'm not literally since I haven't doing stand up, I'm such a loser. I would not even be out past 9:30, especially at like a place. I literally have never even run into the issue where I was like, oh, I have to leave this place because 9:30 the entire time I've been here, man. So I forgot that's even a thing right now.
Yeah, we've only encountered that at like the cigar bar if we go to that once in a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they have the curfew out. you
Yeah,
smoke
at 9
cigars.
o'clock, they're like 30 minutes, last call,
Yeah,
15 minutes to go. Like they're like, get the fuck out.
Bro, I got kicked out of curfew out of Five Guys. They're like, yo, it's 9:30, bitch. I got a tip. Get the fuck out. I was like, word, it's Five Guys. They're like, not anymore, dog. You're number 4. Get the fuck out. They didn't care.
We need 0 guys in the restaurant right now.
You don't get it, dog. Get the fuck. Yeah, it's real. So I think that's been interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm excited to go to a place where the sun is shining. But
Mm.
more importantly, tacos.
Yeah,
And
dude, tacos are the real deal
I
down
don't.
there.
What the lack of taco game in Mass is astounding to me. Why the fuck are there no good taco joints?
Yeah, the only place you can get good tacos, they're more like expensive and like restauranty. They're like the
You-
nicer.
Yeah, it's like El Patron. You have to go
There's
like
like-
sit down.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the only pretty decent Mexican food spot here?
Yeah.
I know there's a couple, but the other ones like Mezcal, that's not
Yeah.
real Mexican.
Mexicali's pretty good.
Mexicali, where the fuck is Mexicali?
I don't think you like Mexicali. It's the place on Shrewsbury Street,
Yeah,
but
that's
they
the
got a bunch
place-
of locations.
That's the place that fucks up my order and fucks up my food every time I go.
Yeah.
That ain't
All
it.
of my favorite places fuck up your order every time, like the Fix, Mexicali.
That's the Fix. Fuck the Fix. I can't. I'm over the Fix. Fuck that place. I'm not going back to the Fix, bro. I had some taco game and some Terry Austin's some Austin BBQ, and I'm like, that's all I
Mhm.
want now. I just want to get some fucking ribs and some greens and shit. I'm out here trying to find some.
Some
All we got
brisket.
here- all we got here is some pizza. That's like all you can find here is pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah,
got one pizza in Austin, and like that was a weird move. But
Wait,
it was
we did?
vegan saw. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
Did I eat pizza?
Yeah.
Dude, maybe that's the fucking guy.
Yeah, and I
that
think they
Eric
fucked
knows.
up your order actually.
I'm trying to
They didn't
think.
put jalapenos on it or
you
something.
got your order fucked
Yeah.
up like 10 times.
Right. I don't even order. I don't know why I even tell people what I want anymore. At some point, I'm just give me whatever you're gonna give me at this point.
And you
Keep
don't
our
really
fingers
do
fucking
like
crossed.
you don't really do crazy orders either, which is like usually the people I'm with when they fuck up their order, they're so particular. They're like, I don't want this, I want this, I don't want this. But like
Yeah.
you'll just like order the shit off the menu and they still fuck it up somehow.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that trip was weird. I don't know. Maybe they were trying to send me a message, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Didn't win it.
I
I'm
think
a
the best
fan.
tacos we had were just off the street, off that that cart.
Oh, that taco cart. Yeah, big fan of the street taco cart.
I love the carts in general that you can get food. It's kind of like I don't know anywhere else besides like New York City where at 2 a.m. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple other cities, but there's just like a food cart and you're just walking by it and you're like, you know what? I will have some fucking falafel right now at 2:30 a.m.
If you want to make a fucking killing, get a spot in a populated city that provides late night food. Like honestly,
Yeah.
this dude when I was in college, the Euro
College
stand
city
dude-
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just like there was like the going out time and all the kids would be fucking wild. The Euro stand dude would make a fucking killing. Like he'd
Yeah.
make a couple grand a night just selling fucking Euros. Like
Fuck.
that's a good idea if I knew anything about making food. If I knew
Yeah,
how
and
to
you got to
make
deal with a lot of drunk assholes, but it's still fun.
it. you got to deal with drunk assholes when you do comedy? That's not my worries.
Yeah, you're right.
Drunk assholes are everywhere. Like anywhere something's popping, there's gonna be a drunk asshole. Like that's a rule of life.
Yeah, it's Texas. You can stay strapped and have a piece on you in the cart.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, everyone is strapped in Austin. Like stay strapped.
That makes me feel better. I'm not going to be strapped, but it makes me feel better that everyone else is strapped. So I'm like, I mean, this could be cool if it goes down.
Yeah, people don't really pop off like they do everywhere else because like people are strapped.
Dude, we saw no fights that night we went out, dude. I was surprised. If you went out like that in Boston, dude, to that many places, I think you would at least see a yelling match between two dudes. Like,
yeah.
Well, that's because Boston also is full of the biggest assholes. Like
Boston is a notorious street fight city.
Stealthy white dudes love talking mad shit when they're going out to nice bars. I don't know what it is. Every time I turn, there's a fight. At least one of them is going to be like a 5'8" dude with a scally cap.
Yeah,
screaming.
someone's ripping a fucking button-up shirt off of the street, tearing a polo in half.
Or they have a hockey jersey on or some shit.
Yeah, hockey jerseys, definite signs, and a scally cap. I always want to call it a scallywag, but if you
cap.
Yeah, if you got a scallywag and a scally cap, it's something's popping off.
A fitted bee hat with the stickers on it.
Oh my gosh, fucking the bee hat.
They always have a friend that looks exactly
the one with
like
the stickers. It's the one with the curved brim that's wearing it backwards.
Oh, the 47 brand hat.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Yeah. Flat brim is more gangsta style.
Yeah, if you get the Boston dad hat on, like you're ready to throw down.
Yeah, Boston. Someone tried to explain to me, they were like, "Oh, the like Philly fans are worse than Boston." I was like, "No, you just happen to be wearing Boston gear in Philadelphia in the middle of the fucking Super Bowl."
Yeah.
The difference is that Boston fans are not only like that in downtown Boston, but they're like that in downtown of any state you live in. Boston fans are there doing the same shit like they're in Boston, and that's fucking unbelievable.
I wonder if there's like a Boston bar in Austin that we can hang at and talk some shit.
Probably. If you go to Colorado, there's more Boston bars.
There's a Cheers in Austin.
Bars.
Isn't there a Cheers in Austin? Wasn't someone telling us that?
Possibly. I think it might have closed, or I might be thinking of the one in Boston closed.
No, maybe it did close. I think they have a Cheers somewhere in Texas, or they did.
Is it like fucking Norm kind of Cheers?
Yeah. Everybody knows their name.
Yeah, it's like a ripoff of the rip, and the one in Boston is like a fake. It's not like a real old bar or anything, and they made like after the show, I think. So that's like.
I went to one in Jacksonville, Florida, with my brother, and we almost got shot and killed there. Also.
Damn, that's the authentic Boston experience.
Well, they had guns, so it was the Florida experience.
Especially the authentic 80s Boston.
They were ready to fight over a girl, so it was the Boston experience too.
Like Cat Williams talks about Jacksonville in the first like 20 minutes of that stand-up.
Yeah.
Fucking fighting over a girl is probably one of the silliest things I've ever heard, right?
Yeah.
You're not really fighting over a girl. It's never like if a girl likes another guy, you're not gonna beat his ass and then she's gonna be like, you know what? You're right. That guy was a bitch. I'm coming back to you. Like that's not what's
or if the new guy beats up her boyfriend, she's like, well, I guess I'm with this guy now.
Yeah. Like she's like, well, I'm only here. Like that's never happened. Like you've never started a fight with a guy and then his girlfriend left him for you after you won the fight. Like
that only happens like lions and shit.
Yeah.
It's not the fucking jungle. We're not fighting to mate.
Yeah.
But if
that would rule if that's how it worked though. You just train MMA every day and you just go out, find a hot girl next to a guy and you're just like, this is the one I'm taking down.
Yeah, but by the time you start training MMA, there's already motherfuckers that train MMA right now. And that means you're going like 2 years, no puss.
You'd be surprised with the, encouragement, the carrot of pussy dangled in front of me, the amount that I will learn. I learned guitar. I kind of learned stand-up comedy. I learned how to eat pussy. Those are the three things, the three hardest things I ever learned how to do so I can hang out with girls.
Yeah, but you're making it seem like pussy's such a great motivator that motherfuckers can't bust too soon. Like that shit happens all the time. Like pussy's a good motivator. But if somebody told you you could have sex with a girl, but you're guaranteed to get your fucking ass whooped. Like you're gonna take the beating of your life if you have sex with this girl. You're gonna do it, but you're gonna take the beating of your life. Would you still have sex with that girl? Because not getting your ass whooped is a very big motivator for a lot of things in life.
Yeah, you're right.
To beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting my ass not getting my ass whooped is a bigger motivator than pussy. You're absolutely right.
Like-
That's my number one motivator, probably. Is every situation, if I feel like there's even more than a 1% chance I may get my ass whooped, that's my threshold. I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, no, I've seen you in person, Paul.
Yeah.
We were at a bar. I don't know if you remember this, but you weren't there, Jesse.
Where was I?
This was back when comedy was still a thing. Yeah, we went down to Connecticut.
This is the
and, like,
4 times.
After, yeah, back in those days, we went down to Connecticut. You know, we did some comedy. We went out with some of the guys, some of the Connecticut guys, and we're hanging out. We're at a bar. Bar's popping. Everything's cool. We're chilling at the bar. There's some girls next to us. We're chilling. All of a sudden, like at the probably maybe 5-10 feet away from us on the bar, there's some guys that break out in a fight. One dude breaks a glass over the other dude's head.
I think he threw it.
No, he broke it over his head.
Oh, really?
Like he broke the fucking. Maybe he threw it, but it was
And
a
then
close
piece
time.
went by like over my head.
It was
Hit
like
someone
a
behind
pint.
me.
It was like a pint glass.
Yeah, he broke that over this dude's dead, and then one dude just got rocked. I've seen this dude. He didn't
Yeah.
go down, bro. He took this punch, and I don't know if he wasn't as drunk as he was, if he would have been able to stand, bro. But he got rocked.
Yeah.
And like the piece of glass flew, and one of the guys that we were with, like it hit one of his friends and like cut open his arm and started bleeding and shit. But as soon as all this stuff happened, it all happened at like once. I was like, oh shit, Paul.
Yeah.
God.
I just go, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, that would be me too. I'm not gonna stick around and see what's up. I'm out.
And I casually
Paul
walk.
and
So
the squad, I found you guys like outside down the street, like, nah, we ain't get down like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, I like to watch a fight from a distance. I'm not gonna. I'm like, ooh, those motherfuckers look crazy. Look at those crazy motherfuckers. That is a problem because that's how motherfuckers get shot in like the side. You just
I
that's how you
get
hit by
the urge.
strange
Trust
shit.
me, I get the urge. But something about it, you know, what's funny is I never like run either. I just do the most brisk, casual walkout because I don't want anyone to think I have anything to do with the fight. I don't even want to alarm other people that there's a fight so that I can get out before all of them. I just immediately turn around, find an exit, and just like whoop de doo, and I just casually walk.
I think I forgot to pay my meter. I gotta get out.
Yeah,
of here.
just one of those walks. Yeah, just like out of there.
So the threat of an ass whooping is very real for a lot of people. So I think in terms of like biggest threats, it's like getting pussy is high, but not getting your ass whooped is a little bit high. Where do you stand on this, Jesse?
I'm not willing to get my ass whooped over some pussy for sure.
Not one time. I would never get my ass whooped over some pussy.
I've never put myself in that position.
No, I think it's a very dumb position to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're only doing it for your ego.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why you're fighting somebody. You're not fighting for the actual pussy. You're fighting for your ego of other people thinking that. But that's about it. It's very ignorant. I never like even if a girl was like wanting me to do something, I'm like, I'm not. No.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys that want to take other people's. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you don't possess a woman. A woman is not yours, but like they want to have sex with unavailable women that are with other guys because that's like a power trip for them. They get like an ego boost out of that.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Of like, I don't think I've ever purposely done that.
Mm.
Like, I don't like the concept of the scandalousness of it, like of knowing that a girl is with a guy and then being like, yeah, I'm about to blow this back out. But
yeah,
have I done it or has it happened before?
Most women are unavailable to me, so I get that rush like every time I hook up with a girl. Like I just assume like almost every single woman would be like, I mean, even if I tried, I probably couldn't. So I get that rush kind of every time I have sex with a girl. I'm like, oh my god, I tricked her.
Yeah.
That was like the thing when you first started having sex, right? There was always like one feeling like, oh no, maybe she's gonna like in the middle of this thing, she's gonna be like, wait a second. Why am I having sex with this guy? Like
that's how I feel every time I'm on stage. Like in the middle of the audience is be like, hey, you're not a real comedian. Get it off the stage.
I still feel I do get that feeling for sure. Like when I say a joke, even though this joke's worked like a bunch of times, every time I do a joke that works, I'm still always surprised. Like, these motherfuckers are laughing. Like it's still
like
it's
I just got one over on you somehow.
I mean, technically you did, but
Yeah.
like that was your game plan. I think I'm just more so surprised because when I first started doing comedy, I wouldn't know when the laughs would be. I would just say shit and then like hope I got a laugh at some point.
Mm.
And I think that was like, and then like sometimes you'd say something and then get a laugh and be like, oh, all right, write that down.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
during
yeah.
sex, I don't know when the orgasms are going to be. I'm surprised every time if she has one. It catches me completely off guard.
Apparently they catch you, your own orgasms catch you off
Yeah,
guard.
I don't know who's going to come or when they're going to come.
Yeah, no, I feel that for sure. I had an experience. I don't know. It's interesting, man. Like that's and it changes like from time to time. It's never consistent.
Yeah.
You know, like one day you're like, I feel pretty good about this. And another time you're like, yeah, I feel, oh shit, that just happened. Like you don't know. Is there ever a time when you feel like you got it under control? Like you know exactly what's gonna happen?
If I have to like hook up with a girl for one of the first times, and it's like a girl that I really, really want to try to do well because I want her to like do it again with me, I will try to finagle a situation where I get as close to blackout drunk as possible. And then I usually can fucking, do a good like power thrust for a solid like couple minutes without really having
that
to
used to be
worry
my
about.
game too. Like smoke a whole blunt to my face,
Yeah.
take like 3 shots. I would have a girl come over to my house, and before she showed up, I would secretly take like 3 shots and then brush my teeth so she would know that I was drinking.
Yeah, it is a fucked up thing.
I've essentially like roofie myself
Yeah.
before the girl came over.
But it also rules, and especially if it's someone that you're kind of like when I was dating a girl for a long time, like not all the time, but when we would go somewhere where I could get pretty drunk, I would just get pretty drunk, and then she would drive us home, and then we would just fucking like
sober
rabbits.
dating now. I don't have any tricks, so like I don't know what to do. I have to like mentally prepare myself.
Yeah, you got to start doing that. You got to start doing the what's his face?
The Wim Hof breathing.
Wim Hof
Wim
breathing.
Hof, baby.
What's his name? The fucking tantric sex guy that edges himself.
Oh, Sting.
Yeah,
For
Sting.
some reason, I wanted to say Seal. I'm like, that's not it. But yeah, you got to start. You got to practice the Sting. You know what it is, man.
I think
like
Sting's had so much pussy that he can just do that now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just practice, like, or just have a lot of sex with the same girl. It just comes back naturally.
Yeah, the first few times, it's like I don't know when or where it's gonna happen. But once my dick gets acclimated to the situation,
Yeah,
My dick is acclimated to
you
the
can take the
pussy.
coat off, and you can kind of yeah. You
The
can wear
coat,
shorts in the winter.
That's a good thing, wear the coat.
Yeah, that's I mean that's why I've never not like I've probably had sex without a condom like less than 10 times because I just need all the help I can get in that department. So I'm just like, word, this is fine.
I always used to wear condoms because my dad has 7 kids. I'm like, the sperm is potent, we just drop of this stuff.
Yeah.
You go 9 months, drop it, But then like I remember the first time I shot the club up, so to speak, I just unwrapped it.
Yeah, no, dude.
And it changes your life. At first, you're like, no, this is why my dad has 7 kids. It all makes sense now. Like you're just
dude, the first time I shot the club up was when it had to be a while ago. Definitely before I met you guys, but I went to Electric Haze to meet this girl off of Tinder. I was probably like 23, 22 or 21. I don't think I'd ever shot the club up before. And she was kind of like she was taller than me. And,
that's a bold move. That's a gangster move. I like it.
And she was kind of like punkish and like shaved head. And then I went to Electric Haze and like, I don't know, we ended up talking a lot and I just got way too drunk. And I went back to her place and then she fucking just like threw me down, just got on top of me, did the damn thing, and I don't think I've even had sex without a condom. So I'm like, "Are you sure? Is this okay?" And she's like, "It's fine." And then she fucking, I'm telling her that that I'm about to fucking come in the club and fucking and shoot it
walk
up.
Around the club.
I'm about to walk around the club, and she just doesn't do anything, and then she just fucking lets it all happen. And then I had so much anxiety the next day because I was so drunk. I was like, what if she's just a crazy person that just like forced me to have a baby with her or something like that? But ended up being all good. And I just remember like while it was happening being like, oh, this is why people do this.
It changes your brain chemistry. You become you're reborn after that moment.
Yeah. I don't even think I make sounds during sex, but that's how you start making sounds and she do, oh, ah,
Yeah.
you sounding like you're in church and shit. Hallelujah. Ah,
Like you're that porno dude with the ski mask.
Especially where she was like a
yeah.
she was like a bigger girl on top of me, so I like literally just couldn't go anywhere. I was like, she just fucking like, so I was just like, oh god. I was like scared, kind of. I was like, this is too much. This is too much power. I'm too close to the sun right now.
Bro, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, because I remember like the girl that did it, we used to kind of have a thing. And then like one time she was like, we were kind of like partying and stuff. She's like, well, what do you want to do? She's like, yeah, you can do it. I'm on my whatever birth control, whatever. It's cool. I was like, word? All right. I mean, I'll see what's the deal is.
I'll try it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll do it. And then
It
after
sounds
that,
okay.
I was like, this is why people do shit like fake ripping condoms and shit. Like at this
Yeah.
point, it's like addictive, you know? You're like, what?
It would
Yeah.
It would be nice.
I'll do it. I'll pay for it. Whatever.
If I ever have a long-term partner, I would like to maybe get into shooting the club up on a regular basis. But I'm definitely too anxious of a person to be like doing the type of like having sex with some, different people, like, and then doing that to multiple people. That seems like a problem. It seems like you get in trouble real
That's
quick.
not a good practice.
But if you're with someone long term, at least even if you do shoot the club up and then she doesn't want to get rid of it, at least you're like, well, at least I like this person. So that's a start.
Yeah, my
But-
first girlfriend was on birth control, and she was like, "Just go for it," because she was into it too. And then she would read like studies online that like cum gives you like some sort of like euphoria or like a high
Okay.
afterwards, because like I don't know, your body's like trying to like process it, I guess. So she was into that. So I don't know.
I buy it.
Do we have any of that literature? I think we should spread that out.
Yeah.
Maybe she could start a program or something. She could be
Take that down to Zilker Park and like hand it out to random bays.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could be like a new shoot the club up messiah or whatever, you know, just like,
Yeah.
hey, shoot the club up, allow it to happen, and I am all for it.
She's just chasing my dragon every time.
Yeah, I found that with, speaking of chasing the dragon, I was thinking about that. Have y'all seen that movie, the King of Staten Island, the Pete Davidson movie?
No, I want to see it really bad, but it was expensive last time I looked.
Oh no, yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I watched it the other day, but there's a scene in there when they're talking about how like they're just smoking weed and they're just like, "You guys even get high anymore?" And they're like, no, not really. And I'm like, I think about that with weed a lot. I'm like, I smoke weed all the time, but sometimes I'm like, well, not as much as I used to for sure. I'm like, I definitely feel like there's a lot of chasing the dragon happening with that at this stage in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I was like 14, I was like trying to like chase these like I would get so blasted when I was a young teenager.
Yeah, I took a break for a month and it really is so much better now because I might smoke if I'm going hard on a few day period. I might smoke once a day,
Mhm.
but I used to smoke like once every 3 hours. So now if I can go, sometimes I go a couple days without smoking and it's way better that way because it's just like you
Yeah,
only really do when you're like chilling, watching a movie. I like to like get food and then get it like on my desk or my bed while I'm watching something and then smoke and then start it and then just eat while I'm watching it. That is like my favorite thing about weed.
that was my ritual back in the day when I smoked dabs. I would like
Oh shit.
order a bunch of food, hit the dab rig, like throw something on Netflix, and like that's chasing the dragon every time. Like that's like a heroin high.
Yeah, I barely smoke. I just watch Aqua Teen Hunger Force. They're like 11 minutes each. So I'll just
Yeah.
hit one, watch an episode, hit it once, watch an episode. So just a little bit high watching Aqua Teen. I'm just like, this show fucking rules. This is the best show
Smoked
ever.
So many blunts to Aqua Teen back in like 2005.
The first couple seasons, I'm like, this is the funniest
The
cartoon I've ever
first,
seen.
yeah,
in
the
my
first
life.
3 seasons are like peak.
It's like The Simpsons is the only thing I can even remotely fuck with it at this point. Maybe Futurama, but I'm like,
Simpsons, like
South Park, I guess, but
yeah, Simpsons like seasons 3 through 9 are impeccable.
like Aqua Teen, it's 11 minutes and it never ever even remotely takes itself seriously or tries to like preach at you, which like obviously Simpsons and South Park, they do that, but it's funny. But I kind of like how Aqua Teen is completely like Eric Andre level, just like no, we're just chaos. Like it's just like whatever we think is funny, we're just gonna put in here. You know what I mean?
Dang, you guys were smoking weed back in 2005. I was such a late bloomer to the weed game.
I was actually I don't think I smoked weed till like 2008 or 9. Now I'm thinking about
I've been smoking weed since like 01,
it.
which
Yeah.
like that just made me feel old as fuck. That's like 20 years now.
Well, that, I mean,
Way back in '94.
Yeah.
you went from 01 to 2018, right? That was your time period. RIP
Uh,
the CD game.
January 2019, I stopped.
Oh,
Really?
2021. That's been 2 years. Fuck. I
2
can't even
years,
believe
bro.
2021.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I've been smoking weed since 2009 or 2010. It was real close to that borderline. It was like November of 2009, so almost 2010.
Were you in college or high school?
I was in college.
Were you scared of the weeds before?
No, it was never I was scared of it. It's just because I used to play sports up
Oh,
until that
word.
point. Like I was always on a sports team, and I just always thought it would make me worse at sports. So I just never smoked. Like I didn't care. I was never against it. Some of my
Yeah.
best friends that even played on the same teams with me used to get high all the time. Like I'm pretty sure I may have caught a contact once my friends hotboxed a car one time.
Yeah.
I was around weed all the time. I just never smoked until I got to college. And after my freshman year, like I stopped playing sports. I stopped running on the track team after that year. And then like I had all this time and I just hated everybody. I was just mad at the world, man. I'm like, what the fuck is up? Because when you go to college, like when you're broke and you grow up in an environment where everyone else around you is broke too, and all your boys are like your friends and they're always you guys look out for each other, you don't realize that like you're fucking broke, right? Like you don't realize that you're fucking where you're from, people consider the hood. I didn't think it was the hood, but when I get to college, you just got a bunch of like you just start seeing different levels of people, you know? Like there's levels to this game. Like one of the kids, he was like the heir to the like Anheuser-Busch, you know, like the beer company Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
Yeah, his like that's his family. He's like the heir to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, there's levels to this stuff, you know? And it's like you're sitting there like struggling, like trying to figure out how you're gonna get a job and pay your rent while you go to school. And then you got all these kids that are like, nah, mommy and daddy got this on lock. I'm not even tripping. And that shit fucked with me heavy, man. I hated everybody. I'm like, well, let me start smoking some fucking weed. The first couple times I smoked, I never got high. Like the first like 5 times I smoked, I never got high.
You're smoking sticks and stems, and the bush air's got that like seedless weed.
Oh no, this was Colorado, bro. We were smoking primo from the jump.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I never like this was Colorado in 2010. Like the fuego was already had.
Yeah,
done
you heard my
way back.
joke about mid-grade weed. You had to Google it to find out what the hell that is.
I didn't know what mid-grade weed was until I went to until I started working on ships and traveling, and then we'd go to other countries and try to get weed,
Oh yeah.
and I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" They're like, "This is mid-grade weed, dog." Oh,
Well, they probably had that Mersh.
yeah, bro. I definitely smoked some merch. I smoked some real doo-doo in some countries.
Yeah, back in 01, I was smoking brown weed. I'm like one of the last generations to get some
Oh.
shitty dirt weed.
Smoking like a brick of weed, but finding weed that came in brick form.
Yeah, it was like flat and compressed. You had to like snap it in half.
Yeah, it still had sticks and stems and seeds in it, and
Yeah, you'd pop a seed, it would blow the whole bowl pack out of the pipe.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was until I was a grown person. I'm like,
Blood
what
would
is-
explode like Elmer Fudd's rifle.
yeah.
I was looking at the dispensary today. Actually, I drove in the parking lot because I was thinking about ordering something, going in and getting it. I've never done it. I've never bought weed from a recreational dispensary.
I
Dude,
went
this
with
girl
my
on
ex.
Bumble sending me
to
audio
chemistry.
messages instead of text messages. She's recording her voice. and
Who's
sending
doing
it.
this?
This girl on Bumble.
Oh yeah, I hooked up with a girl back in like July, and she was sending me voice messages. I was like, this girl is going to be out of her fucking mind. And I was,
Yeah, was she?
that's correct. Yeah. She
It's
was-
kind of hot though, because like a woman's voice, it's now there's like, oh,
yeah,
this is
most
what she's-
people don't like the sound of their own voice, and she's like, oh, I don't know, maybe she's just too lazy to text.
Dude, but they're like 9-second message. I don't get it. Also, she's 36.
Yeah.
Uh,
So she's completely shameless.
and it says looking for don't know yet. So what I did on Bumble Premium is I just set you can have filters. So I just clicked something casual. So they're only showing people who are something casual, and then I swiped right, like in the 50-mile radius until I ran out of those.
Yeah.
And I added don't know yet to my filter. So I'm only seeing you on Bumble if you have don't know yet or something casual checked off on your box. Because it's not that I don't even want a relationship. It's just that it's right now I would feel bad because I know that I wouldn't be able to like at all commit to one.
Yeah.
So it is funny. It's like, so the people I match with are just like a certain type of person usually, because a certain type of person has something casual on their profile.
So I mean, kind of your thing, Jesse. You said like straight up off the bat, you're like, listen, I got 2 months. Let's get it in. Like, what
Yeah,
happened
and
with
this girl was like, I don't have to commit to anything. I am down for this.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
like, hell
honestly,
yeah, dude.
that's pretty cool.
Well,
Like,
when we were in Austin, I had my bio like, hey, I'm only here until like January 10th. And girls would be like, oh, so you're not looking for anything serious? I'm like, no, I'm leaving in 5 days.
Yeah, it's like not my fault. I just don't
Yeah.
know what you want me to do.
And they're like, I don't think I'm the girl for you. I'm like, cool.
Okay.
That's why I put it in my bio.
Yeah.
right? That's the thing. I mean, like, you didn't read the bio, did you?
Yeah.
It's like bitches be like, guys don't read bios, and then they're like, I don't read bios.
Yeah, it's like
no,
you didn't read the first line of my profile. It says in Austin until January 10th.
I mean, unless you're the dopest, if you're the dopest woman ever, and you can within 10 days convince me that you're the dopest woman ever, then okay, I guess you have a chance. But let's be honest.
Then we could have a
probably
long
not
distance
you.
relationship for 3 months until I come back to Austin.
Let's be honest, that's probably not you. I actually matched with a girl on Tinder on the way out of Austin, and I was really upset that I couldn't hang out with her because I found her to be very captivating. And I just texted her and I was like, I'm gonna be back in April and we're gonna go on a date. And so I've just been texting her every so often now, and it's weird because it's still a long time away. And it's like I don't want to text her too much because that's gonna ruin so just every 3 or 4 days, you check in, and it'll be funny if I can drag it all the way out to going on a date with her in April.
As soon as we land, she like picks you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's funny. I still keep getting matches from Austin, and I don't even respond to them.
Yeah, I haven't yet.
Ever since we got back, it's like it's hard for me to now focus on anything happening here because I know it's also fleeting.
Mm-hmm.
Have you felt like that? Like everything you're doing, like I'm gonna be gone. I'm moving in like 2 months.
I've also been that way with girls for the last couple of months anyway, or maybe for longer than that. I haven't really. I just can't put that much effort forth. I just like don't really feel it. So I'm pretty much only like fucking with. Once you have like one person you're fucking with, then it's kind of like, oh, this is kind of enough for me right now. You know what I mean? Once every couple of weeks or once every 2 weeks is kind of fine for me right now. I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah, like I tell myself I want to be like a playboy and juggle like 3 or 4 women at a time, and then like once you find one consistent girl, you're like, this is very nice.
Especially one that also doesn't want to like date you. That's just that's on the sort of the same wavelength. It's just like, cool.
Have you tried juggling 3 or 4 girls? So much fucking effort. It's so much work.
I've maybe had like 1 or 2 at a time. That's like happened like a couple times in my life. Yeah, it's just too much.
But I mean, like even like I had at some point, there was a time when I was probably had like 2 girls that I was like kind of having a thing with probably like a year ago or whatever, and it wasn't like none of them were like serious or we were like where I had to hide anything from whatever person. Like it wasn't even any one of those situations, but just the work entailed to just like keep on a good level with both of them was so much effort. I'm like, why would somebody want to do this? Like, who would want to be like, yo, I got 7 bitches? Like, nah, like that. I'm like, dude, like that. You need Jesus. Like you need
for a hobby. You need a hobby.
Yeah, that is your hobby. That's a full-time job.
That's your hobby. That's the only thing you have time for in that situation. Like you don't have time to go fucking like even trying to do that and do stand-up comedy. Just 2 girls in stand-up comedy.
Unless you're like such a desirable dude that they're always chasing you at all times, and then you can just like get to them whenever. But like I don't think any of us are in that situation.
No, but that's the game plan. That's what
2021. That's what I'm gonna be.
2021 Austin. That's the game plan.
I'm getting shredded in Austin, dude, and I'm changing my whole personality. I'm just gonna show up and pretend like my whole last 28 years did not happen.
Yeah, man, you can't honestly, because that's the thing I've learned. You can't chase pussy. You just can't. If you chase pussy, you will never catch it, and you will always find you spend your time and money chasing it. But
you have to lure it in and then trap it.
Yeah, what is it? You lose a lot of money chasing women. You'll never lose women chasing money.
Yeah,
that's true, dog.
One of those like pimp phrases.
Damn, bro.
Pimps knew the game.
Big facts.
Big facts. Yo, I was reading. Y'all ever read the book 48 Laws of Power?
No, that's like a street Bible, isn't it?
I think that and like The Art of War with Sun Tzu, but like the
Yeah.
48 Laws of Power, it has like principles for like life and
dude,
stuff
hold
kind of
on.
thing. What's up? You got some hoes coming through or what?
I think I don't know. He's door dashing a coffee right now.
Yeah, we lost Paul Cyphers. Yeah, but like I was reading this book and like it talks about like there is an art to maintaining like desirability. And I used to think it was like among like women. Like I used to think you just had to be good looking. Like that was the only thing. But like good looks have nothing to do with anything. That's just what guys with no game tell themselves to make themselves feel better about the fact that they're assholes or they don't know how to express and get what they want.
Yeah.
Like I used to think it's like, oh, I'm not tall enough. I don't have enough money. I'm not good looking enough. I'm like, no, I'm perfectly tall enough. I have enough money. I'm good looking enough. It's not any of those things that stop you from being that. It's just understanding one, who you are, understanding what you're trying to get, and then finding a way to communicate that in an honest way. Like it's a weird thing, but you also have to not be lame. That's a big thing about it. You can't.
Yeah,
be
that
lame.
book, The Game, was basically a bunch of dweebs learned how to be interesting to women.
Yeah,
That was like the whole secret. They just learned how to like hold a conversation and like talk about something interesting and like make the girl feel good.
that and like if you're gonna like talk to women, like you have to have like an air of mysteriousness about you. A lot of dudes do the thing where they throw the game away right away off the bat. And just, you're so hot, I love you, marry me, kind of thing. Like and it's fucking lame. Like it's just a lame plan. Girls are just like, oh gosh, another one of these guys,
Yeah.
loser. Like straight up. And like that was the mistake. Like, you ever seen Hitch?
Yeah, I have.
I don't know why I ever asked Jesse if he's ever seen any movie. Jesse acts like he doesn't know what movies are. Like he's never seen a single.
That's a Will Smith dating movie.
Yeah, with Kevin James, bro. Don't fucking disrespect Kevin James. He's
I would
fucking
never disrespect KJ like
Dude, K James had a Comedy Central like special that was fucking off.
It's one of the greatest
charts.
of all time. The fucking water skiing bit.
It's incredible. It's really good. It's
is it
incredible.
new or is it an older one?
It's old as shit, and it's fucking. It's really good. And anyone that talks shit on it,
what is it called?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah, dude, and it's unironically like I wanted to not like it, and then I was like, you know what, I like most of this.
It's
like,
a really good special. Yeah.
Kevin James. I never even think of him as a stand-up, but he started out as a stand-up.
Yeah.
Started as a stand-up. I think he and Rogan like go way back as like stand-ups together.
Is he a Boston guy?
No, I think they met in Los Angeles. And he's the king of Queens, baby. I don't know where he's actually
in Los
from,
Angeles. Man, have you ever been to Queens?
I might have driven through it. I don't know.
I think so. I've been to the Bronx. Does that count?
I think I've driven by like Flushing, Queens.
I don't really know where the boroughs
I
and
asked
shit
him
are.
if I said he's been to Queens. He said I've been to the Bronx. Does that count?
I don't know where they are. I don't know where the shit is in relation.
Have you ever been to Minnesota? I've been to Missouri. No, it's
I
not
don't know if the shit
fucking
is in
place.
relation to each other, dude. I don't know if the Bronx is next to Queens or some shit.
No, they are. All the boroughs are close enough together, which is yeah. The Queens is cool. I was like, huh. But seeing that show with Kevin James, I'm like, this is a very different place than that TV show would portray.
Yeah.
Kevin James was full of shit.
He was the king of Queens, so he was in the nicest part.
Did he like live in the suburbs?
There's not really suburbs in Queens. It's not like
really, not at all. I figured there was a
there
nice part.
He had like a house, I think.
Yeah, you can get houses. They're usually just brownstones attached to each other. The thing about New York City and the boroughs and stuff, they're not like suburbs in like Mass where people got like yards and shit. Like you have a suburb of like brownstone houses attached to each other.
Paul, is that your house with a lot of background chatter?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know if you guys were picking up on it or not.
Is your mic plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, is it picking up off the mic?
I guess so. I didn't think it was picking up.
Is your door open?
No, dude. It's just the whole. It's just the whole thing happening right now. All of a sudden.
Are there some hoes at the crib or what? Did you get some? You doing that thing?
It's all good. We're gonna do another like 10 minutes, so we'll wrap up.
There's absolutely no hose at the crib. It's all non-hose.
Most people don't listen this far into the podcast anyway, but we've given out secret code words at the end of the podcast. Like if you like DM us this word, we'll Venmo you $5. No one has ever done that.
Not one time I've ever gotten a DM. People-
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's a good idea.
I really would do it too.
I would seriously, the first person to DM me about it, but like, I don't know. Now it's too late.
All right, I turned suppress on.
Unless
Maybe
we do
that
another one
works.
at the end of this episode.
Yeah, we can throw it in there. We'll see how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down to maybe do another one. I just got weed delivered to me, so that's sort of like there's a whole a camaraderie going on with the person who delivered weed to me outside right now.
All right. DM one of us the word delivery, and the first person to do that will Venmo you $5.
I'll deliver you $5.
Yeah.
If you can, yo, we're gonna
Code
be the
word
lords,
delivery.
we're gonna be the Lords of Dogtown in Austin. That's the game plan.
What
Yeah,
does
that's
that mean?
my whole look
What?
right now is Lords of
The
Dogtown.
Lords
dude.
of- pretty
Yeah, you're a
much.
Z boy.
Yeah,
What up,
we're pretty much the Lords of Dogtown right now. Dog.
Yeah.
We're Beanie Game strong, dude. We're pretty much in this shit.
Dude, I'm gonna ride my penny board all over that city.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
trim
fucking-
this stash, dude. It's too
Bro.
long now.
All summer, I'm paddleboarding all day, all summer, bro.
Oh yeah, I gotta get an inflatable paddle board for sure.
Or you can like rent them until you get them. They're kind of expensive, but
Yeah.
yeah, paddleboarding is happening, bro. Heavy paddleboarding is happening.
I need a roof rack for the mini.
Oh, new whip. Ah.
You getting a new whip?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because my car
Gonna get that Forerunner?
Yeah, I want to get an older one. I want to get an SUV or something just so that I can put, like, I can carry shit in, you know, like I can get a fucking roof rack in, I can do whatever.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm trying to get a new whip, and it's funny because I know this guy who does he takes like cars that are like fucked up, not like super fucked up, but like they don't have anything wrong with them, and if they have to be like rebuilt or whatever, and he rebuilds them so you can get like super good cars, like new brand, like years, low mileage, for like super cheap.
Mm.
And then my boy was telling him about him because he got his car and it's like a 2016 with like 30,000 miles on it, and he got it for $9,000. It's like a Honda CRV or some shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's not a bad deal at all. So then he's like, yeah, he lives in Texas. I was like, what? Is this a sign? It's an insignia.
I
But
might get a motorcycle or an e-bike,
would you really?
maybe.
I want to
Fuck.
get, if I ever got a motorcycle, to be an old kind. It wouldn't be
Oh,
like
no,
a
I
fucking
would definitely
like
get a-
hog. It'd be like a
I would get a
1950s
fucking
roadster.
I would maybe either get a travel. What do they call them? Like a traveler bike or whatever. The
The ones with like the big like saddlebags on the side?
no, like the ones that you could ride. Like, do you remember that movie, The Motorcycle Diaries or whatever? The guy rode a motorcycle across fucking.
I'm too straight to remember that movie.
There's like a certain motorcycle type of that you can ride cross country because it's like light and small.
Yeah.
So I'd either get that or I would get a straight up like pocket like rocket, whatever it is. Those fucking street bikes. Those
Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, those are motorcycle diary kind of bikes. That's the old school type of bike I'm talking about getting, like one of
Yeah.
those old things. Yeah.
Oh, did you Google it? Or
Yeah, I just Googled it.
Yeah,
that's
the kind
exactly
of
the
bike I
style
want.
of bike I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
glad I got
that's-
it right because I was like, is that even what that movie is? Is that movie actually about a motorcycle? Because I was trying to think, like, I forgot it.
Like you think about the Basketball Diaries, or you just start doing heroin?
Why is every movie about a diary? Not even about what it's about, just about drugs.
Do you know the Motorcycle Diaries is about Che Guevara riding his motorcycle across fucking the country?
What about the Princess Diaries? I'm gonna model my life after that.
I'm gonna model my movie off of
Anne Frank's
Basketball
Diary.
Diaries. Oh no, Anne Frank's Diary already been there, done that. I'm over it. Basketball Diaries. I'm gonna get addicted to heroin.
I'm gonna start keeping a diary.
I was doing that for a while last year. I've fallen off of all of my like positive habits. I haven't been like journaling or meditating or working out or eating healthy.
I'm
Right.
gonna make
Nothing.
my diary like a girls from high school's diary, or I'm just gonna write like hearts and like
Yeah.
oh my god, Josh looks so cute today.
It's just all your crushes.
Yeah. And I write my name like Mr. Paul and then change my last name to their
Is
last
it gonna have like a heart-shaped lock on the outside of it?
Yeah. I'm gonna make an
A
old
little
school
fuzzy pen with a little pink little.
Yeah.
and I'm like,
fuzz thing
I
on
love
there.
Kamala Harris so much. She's my vice president.
Bro, don't talk shit about Kamala because she's gonna be president shortly here because Joe Biden's not gonna make it, dog.
Yeah, he's finna catch coronavirus.
I
in,
will
like, the
say
next
that
week.
based on my extensive political knowledge, because I pay very, very close attention and I know everything, I would prefer Kamala to Biden, just simply
Oh,
because
fuck Kamala. She's on some bullshit herself, man.
I don't know anything about it. I just don't like looking at Joe Biden. I don't really mind looking at Kamala.
I'm telling you, first of all, Joe Biden's not going to make 4 years of this presidency. I'll put a bet right now that before the ascent of this president, that Joe Biden will not.
All right, let's do a podcast bet. What's the bet?
Kamala Harris will be president at some point because Joe Biden won't make it.
4 years. 4
At
years.
some point, put a time frame on
4
it.
years.
In 4 years, he's not going to make. Joe Biden's not going to make this term. He's not going to.
What do you have to do if you lose?
What do I have to do if I lose?
What does the loser have to do? I'll take your bet.
All right. What's a good bet? Money, buy the other one dinner.
Something podcast worthy. Something in Austin. Oh, we have to bring the other one indoor skydiving in Austin.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Indoor skydiving bet.
Indoor skydiving bet. So here's the thing. First of all, Kamala, when she was DA of California, she was doing fucked up shit, like letting like police officers that shot black people like get off and shit. She was fucking
I feel you on that.
Like all these black people would be like convicted of stuff, and there'd be like no DNA evidence, and like instead of like their appeal of requesting DNA evidence, like be admitted into court, she'd be like, nah, nigga, stay in jail. Kamala was doing all this fucked up shit. And then all of a sudden the Democratic ticket makes her the VP and they're like, no, she's progressive. No, she's not. That bitch is fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't pay very close attention, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of what I have seen. So
that's the thing that's crazy about this whole thing, is that like liberals want to act like they just got their people in office. Like, yeah, we did it. Nah, bitch, Joe Biden isn't your fucking people. That dude isn't even progressive.
It's the illusion of choice.
He's moderate at best.
Yeah.
Like y'all literally put some moderates in there. Now you're celebrating like you won. Y'all did not do anything.
Yep. Well,
but lie to yourselves. Keep telling yourselves you fucking did it. Pat yourselves on the back, people.
That's why we're moving to Austin, baby, where the minimum wage is fucking $8 and where fucking the gays are not allowed.
Listen,
there's a lot of gays in Austin.
They just can't leave Austin.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Israel-Palestine situation. Like, all right, we won't shoot you if you stay over there.
Yeah,
we definitely met some gays, and they definitely. Well, we met that one guy who tried to suck our dick in the club.
We should talk that on the Patreon.
That's a Patreon exclusive.
We'll tease that. If you want to hear about a guy straight up trying to suck each one of our dicks multiple times in the same night, like. And hit up the Patreon.
Or the experience at the after hour bars till 5 a.m. that I'm pretty sure is illegal.
Yeah, we haven't talked about any like part of being in Austin except for eating tacos. So if you want the real story, patreon.com/LonelyMans.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be real.
All right, do we want to end this one and then either do another one or just chat for a bit?
Yeah, we can wrap this one up.
Word up.
Has it been an hour?
It's been 57 minutes and 38 seconds.
Look at me, dude. I time it perfectly.
Word up.
Yeah.
I don't know why, Paul, but you got that song stuck in my head.
It's terrible. Like every once in a while, I'll just it's the code word, and I'll just be in it's every time I'm in a retail store for some reason, because it's just looking at clothes makes me think of that song, because it's just it's my like fashion song that I would like walk out.
I think the video is them like in like a photo shoot setting.
It's a total fashion song. Like
I don't even know the full song. I just know that lyric. A word up.
I know this just the Steve as much as Steve Carell sings.
Shout out to Larry Blackman.
Shout out to Steve Carell. That's the only way I know that song. You're right. That's where it's from.
And it was in Austin Powers. It was in Austin Powers as well.
What's funny is like I saw that movie on the other day, like the 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I was like, I remember when this movie came out and I watched it in theaters, and I'm like, this movie's old as shit.
Yeah, very old.
Fuck, I am old as shit. Like
that's still very funny. It's so fucking funny.
I think that's 05, back when I was smoking blunts and watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
It's so fucking funny.
A lot of blunts were smoked back in the day.
Yes.
Are blunts still in? Apparently people still smoke blunts.
If I could roll them, I would smoke them.
In Corona times, I'm not hitting a blunt. You're fucking lick all over that shit.
I kind of wanted to get, I can't really roll good joints or blunts. And I was looking at the dispensary down the street because you can get pre-rolls and they are expensive. My brother gave me one and they smoke way good. They're just tight. I could see myself if I found a cheap enough deal.
Yeah, they like jam pack like a whole like gram of weed.
They ground it. They ground the weed instead of like, whatever. So.
Or you could just like buy some weed and some papers and just learn how to roll.
Yeah, but it's dude, my
Or,
dexterity is terrible.
Raw
No.
makes the pre-rolled cones, and then you just like pack it in yourself. I did that for a long time.
Yeah, the pre-rolled cones are probably the play for me. Yeah.
That's so funny how we all have different like perspectives on this one thing. Like you're just like, I did the pre-rolled thing. Paul's like, I just never did it.
Yeah.
I used to just buy a bunch of weed all the time, and I was like, well, why can't I fucking roll? So I just took a pack of papers one day and I just rolled a bunch of J's. And at first they were garbage, but after a while, I was like, no, I can roll some pretty fucking money joints.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll work on it. That's my 2021 resolution. Move to Austin, learn how to roll joints, baby.
Hell yeah.
Man, well, now you're becoming a real person. Now you're gonna be outside in the streets. There's gonna be sunshine and.
Dude, you know who I look just like from the Comedy Store doc? Fucking Bruce Baum. Do you know this guy?
Yeah, you do look like Bruce Baum.
Bruce
Dude,
Baum? I watched that documentary.
I look exactly like this motherfucker.
Is that the guy that had like poured the milk all over himself?
I do. He's a crazy dude.
Bruce Baum?
He's got a picture of him in a diaper. Yeah. Baum.
Oh, Baum. He's
Baum.
Jewish. Why didn't you say that?
Applebaum?
Oh shit. Oh, this is what you're gonna look like when you're old. Yeah.
I know, and it kind of rules. Like, I can't wait to look like this dude.
Right now, you kind of look like Sandy Danto.
Sandy. Oh, I saw a couple people. I thought I kind of looked like Freddie Prinze in some of the fucking shots as well. I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro! I'm gonna be on my Freddie Prinze shit when we move out there."
You're more Chico than the man.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were gonna be Freddie Prinze, you should already be dead by now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been close.
That's a real Freddie Prinze move on you.
Dude, didn't that make you feel like a piece of shit? Where like he blew up at 19 and killed himself at the height of his fame like 2 years later.
Yeah, kind of. But then I was like, yeah, that's probably if I got into comedy and somehow found success at 19, I probably would have done the exact same thing. So maybe it's good that I had to be. I think if any of us ever get any measure of success, it'll be good that we had to spend like a decade being normal ass people, because I think it'll just make us appreciate it that much more. And like, that's what I tell myself. Because dude, I was a fucking mess at 23, 24. If people were feeding into my ego at that time, it would have been over, dude. I would have been fucking
you're like a cocaine psychosis.
Yeah. I feel like now, even if I blew up, I don't think my ego would allow me to get too fucking out of control. I think I would always be somewhat humbled by doing 10 years of pest control. You know what I mean? I feel like, well, that shit is very real.
Yeah.
All right, let's humbly end this podcast.
You're right, man, for sure. I'm just saying. At 19, I probably partied way harder. I would have definitely partied my fucking face off. Like,
Yeah.
I would have been probably a drug addict. I don't know if I would have been a drug addict, but I would have gotten in a lot of alcohol related troubles because I already did, and I was broke. Now imagine being rich and famous.
You'd have affluenza.
I suffer from that. All right.
All right, let's do a pose for the podcast.
All right.
I'm gonna rep my beanie gang. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, LonelyMans, we out.
And we out.